apologize about the technical difficulties. Pretty entertaining first 39 minutes. Cal Tire Place North. It's the site of the P2 hockey camp. Game 1 this afternoon, game 2 at 5 o'clock tonight, and then tomorrow morning, the rubber match between Team Blue and Team White. That'll go at 10 a.m. Again, we'll have those ones streamed for you right here on a line. If you're just tuning in, there's 9:01 left due to some time constraints here at Cal Tire Place. We've got the Zamboni out there for the middle of this one, so a quick little break. They only took a 2-minute intermission. Now they'll get a little bit more of a break. Teams have switched goalies. Team Blue is up 3-0 after the midway mark of the hockey game. Mathis Paul, Jack Sexton, and Ryan Sedovia have goals for Team Blue. We got a couple of Vernon products on the board, with Paul and Saxton being from Vernon. Jesse Czar, Alexander Sharman, Ryan Frick, and Carter Hutton have assists. In goal, Tyson Kuak, a number of big saves, keep his team ahead by 3, also not surrendering any. We don't have the capabilities to necessarily keep the stats, keep track, but number of big saves. Very calm, very composed, nice sized goaltender. Good first 39 minutes for him. At the other side, Team White wasn't without their lack of opportunities as well. Sean Going with a couple of big opportunities, a couple of good looks at the net, but they could not solve the goaltender. Les Toth was in goal for Team White. He'll be in there for the whole game. Again, the teams will be switching goaltenders throughout the course. With 3 goaltenders and 2 teams, they'll sort of rotate the young men to get quality time all the way across the board. So pretty entertaining first half of the hockey game. Again, they'll finish up the last 29 minutes once the Zamboni is done its circuit. Later today, 5 o'clock, they'll switch up the rosters and the teams, and then they'll do it all over again. And then they'll do the same thing tomorrow. And it's been a great week. I myself was fortunate enough to have a chance to speak to these young people for about a half an hour earlier this morning, talking about players' roles with the media and how these young people can prepare themselves for what's to come. Again, the ultimate goal typically is to move on to junior hockey in some form or fashion, and then, you know, potentially college, university, pro hockey. And you have to do that. You have to deal with the media. It's easy in junior. It's easy in junior. You usually have one broadcaster who's a team employee or a team guy. As you move up through junior, it gets a little bit more complicated. And then you've got reporters, all sorts of things. They talked about 45 minutes away, so they had a chat there. We've had some alumni, Viper alumni here. Obviously, Eric Morissette, the founder of P2 Hockey. Associate coach with the Vernon Vipers, skill coach with the Vernon Vipers. So he's been able to bring up some former players. Other associate coach, Colton Sparrow, who was a Vernon guy and a member of the Vernon Vipers from 2011 to 2014. Went off and had a very nice college career, came back, played some university hockey, got his degree in psychology. And now he's back applying those traits with the Vipers. Cam McDonald, former Viper from a few years ago, just finished his first year at the University of Dartmouth. Came to the Vipers as a 17-year-old, played 18 and 19 throughout the pandemic, which is never an easy thing to do, and had a very nice first-year college. He's on the bench. Former Western Hockey Leaguer, Zach Andrusiak's running one of the benches as well. Again, nice to have contacts and people to lean on, guys who've gone through the rigors of what it is to be a junior hockey player. A lot of these guys, a lot of these players with 09 birth years, prepping themselves for the 15-year-old Bantam draft, which will come up, I believe, in the spring, next spring. So this is a big year for them. Anybody born in 2009, this is the chance to get on the radar. We've got some people from Lloydminster, Alberta. As far south here in the Okanagan is Penticton. We've got some Salmon Arm contingents. Matthew Bowerman from Wenatchee, Washington. Now a new WHL franchise. David White, the owner of the Wenatchee Wild, purchased the Winnipeg Ice of the Western Hockey League and then transplanted them into Wenatchee, so they don't have a BCHL team anymore. So the Wenatchee Wild will definitely have eyes on this tournament, as well as Matthew Bowerman from Wenatchee will be on the radar. Changes the dynamic for the Wenatchee Wild general managers and coaching staff. Instead of having to recruit typically 16, 17, 18, now you've got to start looking a little bit younger into the 09 birth years. So the Zambonis just going to finish another lap. We've got about 9 minutes left here in the second period, doing a quick ice scrape to wrap this one up. Again, we apologize for the first 31 minutes. Had some issues with the internet here in the building, but seems like we've been able to rectify those, and we will have the rest of this game for you. We'll have the one tonight as well at 5 o'clock. We'll have another one coming up tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. These camps are so great. Last year, Eric put this camp on, and again, I was fortunate to be a part of that one. Some great talent, all moving up to higher levels. It's great to go through these camps. It's great to go through them with some of your peers. Again, ultimately, their goal is to move on to junior hockey in some form or fashion. And so to get an opportunity to go through the skills, the education, the mindset, and what it takes to be successful as a hockey player, these camps are absolutely invaluable. And another great tournament, great week put on here by Eric Morissette and company. If you're just tuning in, again, Team Blue is up 3-0. They had 3 first-period goals in the first 20 minutes. Nothing up on the board in the first 11 minutes of the second period. The Zambonis done. They'll get the players back out. And what's great, too, is this is fully officiated. They've got 4 officials for this one. Competition level's been pretty high. Not a lot of physicality as you would expect. I mean, you're not out here to kill anybody or hit anybody too hard. But, again, it's important to show well, play hard, play fast. You never know who's watching. That's another big key that they always say. You never know who's watching. Again, we do have the video up and running, so people are going to be able to track it. Scouts are going to be able to go back and watch it. You want to have your best showing as possible. Mason Patterson just came in goal in relief, and then they blew the whistle down, so he was going to get a little extra time. He saw the Kamloops doing their best work to try and split the rosters, make them as even as possible. Really 31 minutes in a 3-0 game, and all the offense came in the first period. It is pretty balanced. I thought Team White bounced back pretty nicely. Again, you wouldn't think so